YouTube. Matt here. Today I just wanted to bring you guys my iClear30s review. I know a lot of you have seen it in my past videos, and pretty much it's a review that I should have did pretty early. My flash just went out of my camera. I have no idea why, but that's like killing my eyes right now. But today, without the drip tip, because I don't know what happened to it, today we are going to be taking a look at the iClear30s by Innokin. I received this device by buying my VTR. Whenever you get a VTR, I believe 100% of the time you're going to be actually getting an iClear30s with it. But for today, let's just take it apart. This is a brand new coil that I just bought today. I threw it in here. We're going to fill it up with some juice, give it a vape, and I'll let you guys know what I think of it. First off, right off the bat, the drip tip that it comes with, it actually, if I could get that in the camera, the drip tip that it comes with actually screws inside of here. It screws down, unlike your normal, grab a drip tip, pop one in there and you're good. That's a pretty nice feature that I liked right off the bat, because a lot of times having your tanks in your pocket, or just, your mods are falling all over the place and you end up losing drip tips because of it. With this tank, the drip tip is perfectly fine, and so I'm kind of mad I don't have it. But the drip tip screws in, so that's one really good feature. Every drip tip, I have this drip tip here. It's just your normal slip drip tip. It'll take mostly any 510 drip tip. Just pops in there. I mean, it's in place really good. It's not going to fall out or anything like that. But any drip tip will fit perfectly fine in here. Like I said, the one that it comes with is not bad whatsoever. So the tank unscrews like any other tank would. The top will come off. Your coil rests inside of there. The cool thing about this tank, this little bottom piece right here that unscrews, this is actually what's going to be holding your wick in place. Because with this tank, you just wiggle it out and pull it out like that. Every time you get a new wick, you get a new 510 connector right there. Basically, on a lot of tanks, you have your tank set on your device, you drop your device, the tank snaps off from the 510 connection right off your device, whichever one that you happen to be using at that time. Some, 9 out of 10 times you're going to have to buy a whole new tank. Sometimes you could buy, bottom bases for $5-6. But on this, if you did happen to break the connection, around $325 per wick these are going for right now. You don't only get a new connection to screw into your device, but you actually get a brand new wick, which I thought that was really cool. Now, if you're familiar with the iClear30, these wicks are pretty much identical inside of this little barricade here. As you can see, 1.8 ohm coil there. The wicks are kind of barricaded in this stainless steel portion here. The part that I enjoy about it is it actually holds in the juice, so you don't have to tilt the tank as much. You're still going to, because it's a top coil tank. But you're not going to have to do it as much. It keeps those wicks saturated with juice and kind of holds it in there. Really good feature. I really haven't seen anything like it for a top coil tank so far. I mean, 2014 just started, so I'm sure they're going to be popping out left and right. Then this bottom base here pretty much unscrews as well. On this site, they said this is fireproof plastic. So it is plastic, so a lot of you that use tank cracking juices like very hot cinnamon or very acidic stuff, on their site it says that you could use those juices in here. You could use tank cracking juices because this is a different material of plastic that could withhold those. I haven't tested it out because I don't really feel like having to buy a new one. But if you guys have them at home, yes, it is plastic, not glass. If you want to, throw in, a very hot cinnamon juice or something like that and see if this bad boy clouds up or cracks on you. But on the site, right on Innokin's site, it says that you could. So the wick just pops right in on the bottom, and it has these two little flanges here on the bottom. You do have to line those up so it'll sit nice and flush in there. So pop that in there just like that. Take your bottom base here, screw that down in there, so your wick's not going anywhere. It's not going to be crooked or anything on you. It's, you know, it's in there, you know, in place. And then once you're done filling your juice, the top cap. But for today, what we're going to be using is Rip Tripper's Mr. Rips from Vape Trick. And this is a 3 milliliter capacity tank, so it's going to hold plenty of juice. The coils are dual coil, so you are going to eat through juice a little bit quicker than your, you know, normal Pro tank or, you know, anything like that. Innokin loves the dual coils, so you could turn up the voltage a little bit high on these. The 3 milliliter mark is actually right there. What I'm going to actually do is fill it up a little bit over that, because these wicks in here will actually soak up that juice. It'll probably drop it down to about the 2.5 milliliter mark. So we'll, I guess, overfill it per se the first time here. You know, if you have a Nova or something like that at home, you fill this up the same way. You just don't want to get it in that center console, and that center hole up there on the top. That's actually where the coils are at. And this is taking quite a bit to fill up here. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to fill it up. Like I said, close to the top. I'm going to fill it up, let it sit, let the wick soak up. And once we're back, I'm going to throw it on a device and take a vape. So I'll see you guys in a few, alright? Alright guys, I'm back. Let the coils and wicks pretty much soak in for about 5 minutes there. You always want to make sure once you put a brand new wick in any tank that you have that you give it enough time to saturate those coils. You know, give it a couple of dry pulls. Get some airflow going through there just so you don't start off with a nasty burnt dry taste. That'll sometimes happen, especially when you have a brand new coil. But let's go ahead and take a vape here. 1.8 ohm coil, it's a dual coil, so I got this around 8 watts, which is giving me roughly 3.94 volts. But let's have a vape. I mean, as you can see, I mean, this thing gives off great, you know, great amount of vapor. The flavor is spot on. Not as good as dripping, but for you people that like to fill up a tank and go, I mean, the only other tank that I do recommend over this is the Aspire Nautilus. They're both really nice looking tanks. The Nautilus holds 2 milliliters more. They're both dual coils, you know. This one's made out of glass, this is plastic, but again, that fireproof plastic, so you could put in tank crackers. For a plastic, you know, polycarbonate tank, you definitely get a whole lot of flavor. With plastic tanks, sometimes it does mute the flavor out a little bit. That's why I strictly like to stick with glass tanks for the most part, if I am using a tank. Let's take another vape here. This is an awesome, awesome vape. Oh, flavor is just amazing out of this tank. It is a dual coil, top coil tank, so you are going to get, you know, that really nice warm vapor. If you don't really like the warm vapor, I suggest you buy one of these. These are slip drip tips. Pretty much the more air that the vapor has to travel through, the less warm it's going to be for you. But I'm going to take another vape here, people. This is very, very good. But anyways, I'm not going to make this video too long. This tank you could find, you know, on some websites now for about $13, $14, anywhere up to like $17. Well worth the money. The coils for this are about $3 for one of them. You could normally find a pack for about $12.50, you know, give or take, somewhere around there. But I'm going to put in the link. I'm going to put a link in the description where you could find this tank at. Where you could pick up some extra coils for it, and yeah, so you'll probably see me in a later video vaping on this, because this is one hell of a vape. Very, very good tank. Innokin, you knocked it out of the park with this. The original iClear30 I hated. The 30S is very, very good. Seems like there's a fire on my street or something, but anyways guys, I'm gonna go check that out. Remember to keep on vaping, stay off of them cigarettes, subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you guys next time, alright?